By now, omega-3 fatty acids have been practically knighted in the kingdom of health. They've earned praise for protecting the heart, sharpening the brain, and keeping inflammation on a short leash. But in a twist that sounds more superhero origin story than science, omega-3s may also be quietly moonlighting as cancer fighters, especially the types of cancer that sneak up more often with age. That's right, these slippery fats might just be your DNA's best bodyguards. Let's start with the basics. Omega-3s, especially EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, aren't just good fats. They're biologically active powerhouses that weave themselves into cell membranes, tweak gene expression, and play referee in the cellular chaos that leads to inflammation and mutation. And when it comes to cancer, mutation is the first domino to fall. One of the most compelling anti-cancer tricks in the omega-3 toolkit is their ability to protect DNA from oxidative stress. As we age, our cells get pelted with oxidative insults like it's dodgeball in a retirement home. This kind of stress leads to DNA damage, epigenetic drift, and a dangerous uptick in cellular misbehavior. Omega-3s step in like antioxidant ninjas, reducing reactive oxygen species, ROS, and stabilizing cellular environments. Less oxidative chaos means fewer DNA mutations, which means fewer rogue cells turning into tumors. Not bad for something you can get from a sardine. Then there's inflammation, the slow-burning fire that fuels most age-related diseases, including cancer. Chronic inflammation creates a cellular neighborhood where bad things thrive, DNA damage accumulates, immune surveillance drops, and tumor cells get bold. Omega-3s are inflammation's worst enemy. They compete with omega-6 fatty acids for space in cell membranes and produce resolvins and protectins, specialized molecules that cool inflammation down without shutting off the immune system. In other words, they deactivate the fire alarm without taking out the firefighters. And speaking of firefighters, let's talk immune response. Several studies suggest omega-3s may enhance anti-tumor immunity by improving T cell function and modulating macrophage behavior, those scavenger cells that either gobble up threats or, when misprogrammed, accidentally help tumors grow. Omega-3s can nudge immune cells back into the helpful category, enhancing your body's natural cancer defenses even as you age. But it gets juicier. Omega-3s may actually kill cancer cells directly. In lab studies, DHA and EPA have been shown to promote apoptosis, programmed cell death, in various cancer types, including breast, colon, and prostate cancers. They seem to disrupt mitochondrial membranes in tumor cells, increase oxidative stress where it hurts, inside the cancer, and sensitize cancer cells to chemo and radiation. It's like they help open the front door for cancer treatment to walk in and finish the job. In colorectal cancer, for instance, one of the most common cancers in older adults, research shows that higher blood levels of omega-3s are linked to a reduced risk of cancer progression and death. And when added to standard treatment, omega-3s have been found to reduce cachexia, the awful muscle-wasting side effect of cancer, boost treatment tolerance, and improve quality of life. Even in breast cancer, omega-3 intake appears to lower the risk of tumor recurrence and improve survival rates, particularly when paired with low-inflammatory diets. Now, let's be clear, omega-3s aren't a magic bullet, and they won't replace chemo, immunotherapy, or screening. But what they may offer is something deeply valuable, especially as we age, a biological terrain that's less welcoming to cancer. If cancer is the weed, omega-3s make the soil a lot less fertile. And they do it subtly, systemically, and with remarkably few side effects, unless you count fishy burps as a side effect, in which case, chewable algae oil is a thing. You're welcome. And for anyone worried about overdosing on salmon to get these benefits, don't panic. Most of the clinical effects come from 1 to 3 grams of EPA plus DHA per day, easily reachable through a mix of fatty fish and high-quality supplements. No need to live on anchovies alone. In summary, while omega-3s have long been celebrated for heart and brain health, their anti-cancer potential is quickly rising to the surface, especially in the context of aging. They help guard your DNA, tame inflammation, empower your immune system, and maybe even help your body quietly erase precancerous cells before they turn into trouble. So next time you reach for that fish oil capsule, remember, you're not just doing it for your heart. You might be saving your cells from a much darker fate.